Hi Brandy, how you doing? Thanks for uploading your pictures. Excellent, just looking through quickly. Really excellent, really good. Let's read what you wrote. Okay, hi, uploaded my homework, never got confirmation everything went through. This is my first visual client. That's excellent, Mazel Tov, nice one. And I was excited to take her pictures. She had house okay, don't pay a lot for that. That's fine. Keep in mind that you owe these people more than they owe you. Okay, to find a photographer nowadays to take acceptable pictures of a family is not difficult, and you are trying to start a business, so you have to just do. When people ask me price wise, what should I be charging? The advice I give them is it doesn't really matter, as long as you make sure that you don't lose anyone because you're charging too much. Okay, you need to get every single person you can to take pictures. You should be taking pictures of people for free if they will let you use their images on your website or Facebook, whatever it is. Do not take pictures for free of people who won't let you use their pictures. Although it's good to take pictures for them, it would be practice for you. However, it's not worth it, because to get pictures with somebody who will let you use them is worth a lot more to you. So, and there's plenty of people who will let you use their pictures. So just keep that in mind, okay? Don't think about making money too much. Think about building your client base. Okay, the day she chose was a washout, and she wanted pictures by the lake, even though she knew it would come out white. But the pictures bother me as a photographer. Okay, is there any way to fix them? Also, I'll look in a second. Also, I feel like the pictures I take are never as sharp as I want them to be, especially when my subjects are further away from the camera. I'd appreciate some advice on how to deliver sharp quality images to my clients, please. Thank you, and have a wonderful Shabbos. Thank you very much. I did have a wonderful Shabbos. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so the pictures bother you. Let's just have a look. We'll just look at these pictures. I mean, this is the whiteout that you're talking about, okay? In regards to the sharpness, so now please keep this in mind. You are using a T5i with a $125 lens. There is a reason why people spend $3,000 on a camera and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on lenses, okay? There is a reason. It does make a difference. One of the differences is not that your lens can't be sharp, but the chances of your lens not being completely sharp, to do with very, like, complicated concepts of lines of light and different wave frequencies and all that kind of stuff I don't know anything about. There's a good chance that you will not get a sharp picture when you take a picture, so you have to take more pictures with your camera to engineer the odds, okay? Whereas with a camera like mine, with a professional lens, or even not with a professional lens, but just the camera, the chances of nailing a sharp picture are actually much higher, okay? In regards to the colors, it is a bit of a washout. I understand what you're saying there. You could shoot in RAW, that would help. You would really need to make these kind of pictures like go bang with a lake. You would really need a flash. You really need some flash, and that's above this class. However, we are working right now on creating a flash class. So in regards to the sharpness, in regards to the washout, we'll go through these pictures. I've got what to say about these pictures for sure. Okay? But please do not lose heart. You've done great. The fact that you even got yourself a first customer is great. The pictures are okay. Okay, no, they're not gonna, not gonna win any awards. They're okay, and just make sure you get back up and you nail it, because I've been in this industry for a long time now, and there are times when you're flying and you're in the zone and everything's amazing, and there are times when it's the opposite, and that's just how it goes. As an artist and as a creative professional, you will have shoots where you just want to just crawl into a hole and just close the door and hope no one ever comes to find you. That's how it goes. But please God, you'll have much more of the other ones where you're flying and you're flowing and everything's amazing, okay? But the goal is to make sure you get up and shake yourself off from the dust and go forward. A very important rule is, when you're having a hard time, take much more pictures. Okay, when you feel things aren't going right, you should be clicking the button a lot more, and then just by the world of probabilities, you will end up with some really great shots. So just keep that in mind. That's why if I'm having a hard time, you'll see that I usually end up shooting 20% sometimes 30% more pictures than I'd usually shoot. Okay, let's jump in. So these are excellent. That is a really great example. After all that chizuk, you just nailed it here. That is a great example, and it's also a great example of how good your camera can be as well. All these pictures were taken in the same second. See, 6, 26, and 10 seconds. Same second, so you're obviously using your AI servo, and you absolutely nailed it. Your stats are perfect. Pat on the back. Excellent, excellent. Stats are perfect, and you nailed it. Okay, best in RAW. Well, before we talk about, sorry, no need for RAW. There is no need for RAW in this picture. That is true, but I don't know what happened with your stats over here. That is a nightmare. That is wrong. Okay, your ISO should be lower, maybe 200. Then you could drop your shutter speed if you change your ISO 800 from 800, 400, 200. That's minus 2 stops. Then you could take your shutter speed down from a 2000 to a 1000 to a 500th, and that would be a much better picture. But you wouldn't need to. You would need to let some more light in as well. We've just got we've got an underexposed image over here, so you just let in a bit more light. That would be fine. This is nice. This is a really nice thing. His arm is big. I would probably be putting his hand between her legs, holding her, so his hand is like this. Okay, and still having her holding onto the baby's hand. That's great. The actual composition of this picture is excellent. It's just that it's a bit underexposed. The light's a bit ugly. But this is really nicely posed. I really, his shoulders in the right direction and hers. She has a nice smile. Everything's great. He looks good. There's a good triangle over here, but there's also this enclosing circle, which also adds. Excellent. That's a great shot. In regard, I got all carried away. In regards to no need in RAW, so there is no need for, but it's just a little bit underexposed. We've got correct exposures, foreground, similar exposures. Sorry, foreground, background. Okay, similar exposures. So yeah, there'll just be no need for shooting RAW in this picture. No need for flash or anything else. And here is an example, a great example of where shooting in RAW would work and would be helpful, although it might not be as helpful as you think, because the discrepancy of the exposures here and here to here is actually maybe, I think, a lot more than RAW can actually handle. His hands could come up onto her hands. That would bind them together even better. Right now, as it is, just as a picture, I would crop in something like that. Then we don't lose that energy moving out, and we really concentrate on this energy here, which is great. This is a really nice, a nice composition, nice pose. His hands latching on would add a little bit. And without this crop, for sure it would add, but with that crop it works out as it is. But definitely best in RAW, meaning really best with a big flash. You actually would need to use a flash in this situation, in my opinion. You've lost, this is so overexposed, I don't think you could really bring it back in RAW, but you definitely understand the point, so nice one. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous little girl. Nice one. 1 second. Okay, let's just AWB sun, shade, clouds. Let's just swap these two round. So AWB, yeah, well, this is good. Yeah, this works. So we can see this is a teeny bit warmer. This is the face. You can't. This just proves to you the concept of subject. That's just, how could you not want to stick that face up on your wall? Okay, so we've got slightly blue, slightly warmer, and warmer still, and then the warmest, which is exactly how it should go. Remember, the rule of white balance, which I live by to this day, is by default we shoot sun. Okay, when we're outdoors using natural light, by default we shoot sun. If it is too cool, which can happen regularly, we go to cloud. Yeah, if it's too cool, we go to cloud. And in sun, if it's too warm, which is irregular, we go to AWB. Okay, that really is the rule that I use for all my photography. And the truth is, if it doesn't nail it, just stay with it anyway. When you take it back to post, you'll be able to do a general fix on all of them, a global fix on all of them, and it will be okay. Okay, so we can just see that's how it goes. Very good. Okay, let's jump into your photo shoot. Okay, I understand this is like one of these shoots where it just wasn't, just things weren't flowing. I hear that. Okay, I'm going to go through. We'll start from here, and I'll speak mainly about the issues. Her face is too small in the frame. That will be accomplished like this. So now that is too high. I would try and get Mummy up high. He's just taller than her generally, I see. So try and bring them down to a lower level. Try and bring him down to a lower level, and have some kind of movement. Ask Mummy and Daddy to be looking at the baby. Have the baby looking at you. If Mummy was here looking at the baby, and we just caught a glimpse of the beginning of her profile, and the same with Daddy here, yeah, then that would give us lines going in. So as it is, you can't really crop it because Mummy gets lost, because that's really more the crop, and it's a little bit, you miss the focus a teeny bit. You see the focus is on his ear. Okay, so I do appreciate what you were trying to do. I take this picture regularly, but you just didn't nail it technically. These are not correct. Okay, remember, your camera is an old entry-level camera. To be shooting at 800 ISO is not a good idea. You should for sure be at 400 ISO at 1/400th of a second. That would be a better idea. Okay. Here now, the biggest issue here is there's no separation between subject and background. She's nearly as dark as a tree. You can just barely see her. You could do something with that in post, but it'd be better to fix it in camera. Baby on the side. Baby on the side is a bit distracting. The picture is just not a good. It's just the real problem is the fact that you just can't see the background. You can't see your subject. It needs to be a much brighter background. This isn't the place. You need to look for a different place to take this picture. And also, this is a very ugly kind of road. I would get them off of this road. I would be in amongst the on the grass here. Probably, yeah, I'd have to see the background. I can't see much of the surroundings, but that's the wrong background for these guys here. Okay, that's cute. Get low down for kids. You know, there is the time and place of shooting down on the child, but there's much more time and place of getting low down. This looks like a nice perspective. I can see she can't even sit, which is annoying. That is, don't get me wrong, that is a really annoying age. What you could do is try and prop her up on something. Or having her standing, holding Mummy and Daddy's hands is cool. But it is a difficult age. That is a difficult age. Get down low. Bring in the perspective here. I'm assuming there aren't roadworks over here or something. Yeah, but it doesn't. Again, it just, that's distracting as well. But the hands here, I suppose you could crop in like this. I would get Mummy to get out of the way as well. That would make a difference. If there was a little bit more room here and a little bit more room here, and Mummy had gotten herself out the picture, that would be a nice shot. It really would be a nice shot. I mean, got a cute look on her face and stuff. She's reasonably sharp. Stats are, could be your ISO could be a drop lower. You could be at 400 ISO and then you'd be at 160th of a second. You have to think about that with your camera if it could cope with that. Okay, let's go forward. So now we've got an issue with the background is too bright. They're underexposed. This would be a good exposure for a raw image because you could open them up a bit and you could drop the highlights down a little bit over here. It's a lovely pose. I love that. I like that pose. I do like that pose. It's very like intimate, warm. She's moving inwards that way. That's great. This is distracting. Okay, the fact that this is intersecting with his head is distracting, and like the real issue here is the exposure. It's very difficult to get this kind of picture in this kind of. They're in shade here, so you'd really need, if you got them like to the edge of the pier, that could definitely make a difference. Okay, all the white balance is really not very nice over here. I would crop here like this. Second. White balance is off. This is just, it's a difficult place to take pictures. I can't see what time of day it is. I don't think it's midday. It's very difficult to tell because there's a lot of cloud out. This is just a difficult. Just remember, photography, you're limited by physics, and when there isn't enough light on the subject, the background will become washed out if it's a bright background. The posing is excellent. The posing really is excellent. I really do mean that. But it was a difficult day and a difficult location. I see that. Okay, what should we take into Lightroom? We can take this into Lightroom. I could also take this into Lightroom. Let's take this one into Lightroom. I think we could work with this. Let's have a look. 1 second. Import. So this is a great example of a picture that's just savable, in my opinion. Put up the exposure a drop. We're going to bring up the highlights a teeny bit, but the shadows. We need to bring up the shadows. Even the blacks a little bit, and I think I'm going to use my brush here to emphasize her hair a little bit. Maybe his hair a little bit as well. I think we need a new one over here to open up his eyes. And maybe even this whole side of his face a drop. Drop over here as well. Okay. That's good, that's looking much better. I think I'm going to put a slight vignette. We don't need to use the radial tool, we can just use our regular vignette. Slightly vignette. I think I'm going to crop down a drop. Like this. The composition of this picture really is lovely. It's really a lovely pose. That really is excellent. I like that shot. That was a big improvement. Excellent. Excellent. You look, get back up. Don't let it get you down. These are exceptionally good, by the way. It was a bad shoot. It was a hard shoot. I can see it was a hard shoot. Like I said, get back on the bike and use it for energy to do the next thing. Just take, very importantly, subject from the background. Make sure the subject pops out from the background. That the point of focus shouldn't be so small, should fill up more. There should be interaction. There should be lines moving in to your subject. Okay, get down low for kids. Find places where the light is even, etc. Okay, and again, find places where light is even. Keep it up. You have got a real knack, a real talent for posing. You are very sensitive to the tensions of people. That's excellent. That is a rare talent to find. Smash in on it. Cash in on it. Smash in and cash in on it. And okay, looking forward to what you do for us next week. Okay, all the best.